welcome back all. This is the another video in the vector database series. In this video, we will go about the some of the vector database solutions available in the market, and we will look at a couple of the vector databases, how we can interact and how we can store the data into those vector databases and retrieve the data from those vector databases. So, so far we looked at these search types of lexical search or semantics and semantic search, and the word embeddings is a representation of the numbers of the of the text or sentences. And then we looked at the similarity search, like the dot product similarity search or cosine similarity search using the Python modules. So we will apply all these concepts we learned so far in this lecture, and also look at the some of the vector databases. So for this example, I have took an example of the vector database called the single store. So let me, you can look at the single store database in, you can sign up for the single store database using your email ID. So if you go here, you will see this single store, and you will see that try free. You can log in with the a different account, and then it will allow you to sign up for the account. Once you have signed up, you will get an link, and once you log into this link, you will get an UI like this. This is the UI of the single store. So I have signed up with my email ID, and what you need to do is you have to go to the workspaces section, and then you need to create a workspace. So this is the workspace I have created. Under this workspace, we can create the databases and then tables. So with the workspace exploring, I have a database called the Explore DB. Explore Vector DB is a database I created, and under this I have a table with the name Explore It, and it has the two columns, name and vector. So to repeat again, so we have in the single store, we will database single store UI, we go and we will create a workspace. Under that, we can create a database and the table. Okay, having said that one, we have all this information is here, right? So we can go and try to ingest some data into this database and see the we'll see the results. So before we look into that one, so we need to find, so to connect to this vector store database, we need the credentials, right? That information you can find it from here, not from here, sorry. So you can go to here. If you go here, and you can select select maybe your app, so it will give you the URL to connect your app, like URL to connect where you wanted. So this is the URL of your application vector database, and to connect your uh, database, you need to create an account, and you need to set a password for this one. So when you click on this access, you will see the your username and the password. You can set any password that you wanted, so that you can use that password to connect. Okay, so those two details you need it from it, the database name and the URL to connect to the database. So once we have that information, so we can go to the we can write a simple Python code that will allow us to connect to this single store DB. So I'm using the single store API to connect to it, and this is the connection. I made it. I created a host name, that the host name we took it, and the username and the password. And this password is going to be changed. I will reset it after this making this video. And this is a result type. What is the result type we need when we store it, when we retrieve it, whether we wanted the tuples to return. And this is a standard like the MySQL or any other things like any other RDBMS you interact with. It's the same thing except this connection thing. And also these, as we know that vector databases will store the embeddings, right? So we need to give an embeddings to this vector database so that they can store that. So I took a data set of this one as a few strings, and then in the beginning I created a table using the object, Python object, the correction object, and then I was generating the vector for each words that were embedding, and then I'm inserting that word sentence embedding with the actual sentence. I'm putting the sentence and sentence embedding, and then I'm storing it in, storing into it. So and this is something, and then I'm querying the data from the vector database, and I am doing a dot product similarity of the search query. My search query is this one, like where was the last World Cup happened, and I am doing a dot product of the my search query embeddings, my search query embedding with the actual vectors that we stored in the database, and then we can find the ranking, how much ranking it is, how much similarity it is to the question that we are passing and the actual data that gets stored in the vector databases. And also here I wanted to mention here, so for generating the embeddings I am using the Cohere embeddings. This we have seen in the one of the previous tutorial. So uh, I'm using the Cohere embeddings key is to store it. So let's go and run this one and see what is the results we are getting at it. So if I go here and run it one, yeah. See, I'm just, this is the SQL query that we formed it. This is the SQL query, sorry. This is the SQL query we formed it to retrieve the results from the vector database. And the result is this one. So we got the results and the similarity is like this. So we can do one thing, instead of the limit, we can do the similarity with all uh, all the strings in the database and then find it out how similar our query and the data sets. Yeah, if you see this one, the similarity of the with each query, like my query is like where was the last World Cup happened. It was similar with the previous World Cup is in India with 86 percentage versus the where in the world was my last cup of coffee. So and the beer beer lives in the woods. I think it's a 0.000, but yeah, 0.8. This was most similar to the query that we pass. So this is how we can store the data into the single store vector DB and get the results. Do a similarity search and get the results of it. Uh, I will share this my code base GitHub link in the description of the video so that you can try it out on your own whenever you get a chance. Thank you for watching this video. See you on next video.